Celtics Talk podcast is presented by 24autogroup.com. New England gets more at 24.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What is up, Kayla?
I always like to pick your voice of what is like. It's
which one is it going to be?
It's like almost when Eddie teases Celtics post-game plus. It's like Blizzus or Blizzus. And so I like to know.
You knew on a night where not only was it a good team win, but we had post up afterward. So we've been shouting about this game. Our post-game shows were electric in more ways than one.
They were wowing,
jarring, and so. We've got some energy for a rare edition of this podcast when games have been coming fast and furious. But I think I told you, and I'll just keep repeating myself. I thought this was a really good team win. So Celtics coming off the other night where they just couldn't kind of play consistently against the Denver Nuggets, were kind of thrown off by their size and physicality. Like they don't have like pure size, no Valanciunas and no Jokic, but they just have big, strong dudes. And Jamal Murray obviously tore him up on the other side of the court. And here's the Toronto team that's right on your heels. They were missing some dudes and not having Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. Like those things help. But the Celtics go out there and they just kind of get a little contribution from everybody. From Sam Hauser lighting the fuse to Peyton Pritchard taking the baton in the third to the Inferno in the second quarter. Everybody did a little bit of what they needed to do and get you to the finish line of a win that pushes you back. I got to check the Knicks score, but I think they're in Phoenix tonight.
Yeah.
But you are back, at least temporarily, in second place in the East.
Sick. I sound so Boston saying that's sick. That's the most Boston thing I've said. I haven't said wicked all season long. Like
Knicks are losing, by the way, to the Phoenix Suns.
Celtics are tied second in the East.
Could be.
So, totally agree with you. Everyone feasted. Do I get to my headline? Do we want to?
I was wondering if I was going to stomp on your headline, but as I was going, but no, your headline is perfect for where I want to take this. So
is it?
Go ahead and lay it out there.
Let's go, because we didn't even talk about it. So I'm laying this up. JB feasts in Jurassic Park. Now here's the thing: they're not in Jurassic Park because it was here at the TD Garden, but you get
Close
the
enough.
point.
Whenever the Raptors are involved, all dinosaur
Drew
puns.
had the term first in the broadcast. Yeah. I like the Jurassic Park reference.
I would have also accepted JB feasts on Dino Nuggets. I'm trying to think what else.
Nuggets.
Yeah, did you ever have those as a kid?
Those, you kidding me? On the tin sheet or the tin foil, you just put them up. And...
Oh no, that's too much work. Now with air fryers, we just launched them into the air fryer so my children can have their immediate stacks of processed food.
I love it. But he feasts either way.
Yeah.
I mean, and continues to do so with the depth that he has. I mean, all starters in double figures and the Inferno in double figures.
But JB was great.
He was great.
Yeah.
And he's also just really just steering the ship. Like he is, the leadership role that I'm watching before me is unbelievable. It's believable, but it is unbelievable with I think going from last year to this year. And he's doing it in a quiet demeanor way, but a loud presence on the court way. And it's really fun to see. If you were to rewind back into the off season when JT goes down and all the trades happen, and we're going to talk about Luke Kornet, but just rewinding all of that, and just Al Horford's gone, Drew's gone, Luke's gone, all these guys, and they're like, all right, JB, this is your team. And a lot of people, even myself, was questioning. I believed, and you can pull up the archives, I believed that he could do it, and I believe that he, from the start, would make an imprint on his game and the team around him, but I didn't know he could do it to this caliber and consistently. And so it's just...
And while salsa dancing.
That's the best part. And he's having fun. So, yeah, I mean, JB Feast you can use in every single night, but he really does.
I mean, we're in a new calendar year, but is anyone having, let's say since the start of the 25-26 season, is anyone having a better year than Jaylen? I mean, you can make a case that guys are scoring more, guys are, there are teams that are winning more, but, like, compared to both what we thought this team would be in expectations, in everything that Jaylen has sort of dove into off the court. Now, he's always done the community stuff. He's always been involved with the sneakers. But now he's got the Twitch stream. He is salsa dancing on off nights. He just seems so content with who he is, so content with, like, he's just so done with the noise.
Did you hear why he said that, too, by the way, why he's doing all of that? Is because he said that he doesn't want, he feels like the media,
he
wants to control the narrative. So continue, but it's really cool.
No, but I think that's great. I mean, sometimes I think I don't think people would be surprised when I hear that. I'm like, like, because it's not like a direct shot at us. But I get his point, right?
Yeah.
Like, all he does is if the only thing that people write is his post game comments, then we control the narrative, right? Like, we can say like, oh, he's complaining about the officials tonight. All Jaylen Brown does is complain. But if he goes on and has a longer form, they're pulling clips from it, there's context, like, all of a sudden you control the narrative. And I do love that. Like, I do think the players have so much more power now to do that. And we have to, as journalists, we have to figure out how we fit in that ecosystem and how we can, use that to help steer our content and not have this reputation as people that just want the negative stuff, which some journalists absolutely do.
There's a lot of positive that you specifically,
right.
More so than
I
negative,
think one of the things I've learned, at least in this role, especially to kind of peel back the curtain, is like people don't want to deal with negative.
I know.
Like, we do it in some degree. Like, you have to do it when the team's struggling, and you have to be all open and honest about like why. There have been years where the Celtics have struggled, and people like get on me and they're like, "Oh, why aren't you more critical?" And I'll say, like, even in those moments, you would see the vision. Like, you knew where it was going, you knew what it could be. Were there stumbling blocks? Of course, yeah. Was it frustrating that they didn't always play to their potential, or that they hadn't made that leap, or whatever? Yeah, but like, it shouldn't have been. People got so fixated on like, it's just not going to work with Jason and Jaylen, instead of being like, when it works, it's going to be amazing. And so I'm
kind of laughing too because you sorry to
go for it.
Control the narrative and the criticisms, and I'm just thinking of tonight and the post game live show, and I'm like, there was no control of a certain narrative that happened.
And sometimes you try to control it, and you just gotta throw your hands up and let things go where they do.
Some people do want to come in and take shots. Go rewind
it.
And
it's all how you handle those shots, and sometimes people are better than me at handling them. And so I love the way that Jaylen has embraced just that. There's more than basketball. I love to hear him tonight talk about it. Just kind of. Well, first off, I think my favorite quote tonight was the number of times he said somebody else was in his bag.
Payton was balling, man. That's what I like to see. He was in my bag tonight. He was getting to the mid range. You know what I mean? He's starting to look like something.
Which
Never heard of that.
Like, Peyton Pritchard's been in my mid-range bag because Jaylen has been one of the best mid-range guys in the NBA and certainly one of the most high volume. And then Peyton goes out there and he's been in his own bag pretty much for the whole year. But I love that the way Jaylen phrases it is, that's my bag.
I've never heard it that way. So I actually looked at the words again because I go, did he say he is in my bag? You guys know the phrase, right? You hear, I'm in my bag, or we all hear that. But to say that someone else is in my bag, like you're in my bag, like I'm like, oh, is that like?
It's a great way to turn it.
That's
it's almost like Jaylen comes in with his backpack, puts the bag down, and all the guys run up and they're like, "What can we get out of his bag?"
Yeah. I need.
And that's the ultimate teammate.
It is
someone who can make everyone else around them better, and I think that's what JB maybe the last step in people appreciating what he's doing right now is, the assists are up. There have been multiple instances where he has never forced it. He got a good whistle tonight, which obviously helps. He was not his most efficient shooting night. 6 of 15 or 6 of 16. But he totaled a bunch of points because he got to the free throw line, made all but one of them, got MVP chance while he was
13.
there.
It was insane.
So he threw down 2 of the most ridiculous dunks. For a guy who's like playing lower to the ground lately and content to live in the mid range, his first quarter one was like, whoa.
I was like, hello.
And then in the fourth quarter,
like, whoa.
Gravedigger. He went to do a little bit of a throat slash. I think he realized the NBA might come after him. Didn't want to lose that money. That's a lot of salsa lessons you're throwing out if you hit that celebration.
That's so true.
So he's probably like, I'm just gonna put it right here. People are gonna know. We got the Gravedigger graphics up there and all that. So it's been a lot of fun to watch the evolution of Jaylen Brown, and especially on nights like this.
He's been so awesome. I did love that he kind of halved it, like half the slash, because he's like, maybe more bachata, salsa, whatever.
Think about maybe Jaylen's most elite skill this year has been avoiding fines, because he's had multiple instances where he's railed against the officials. The trip against Utah, where he like directly said they bleeped it up, and the NBA was like, yeah, you're kind of right, so we can't fine you. And then, even the other night against Denver, like he pretty much comes out and says, hey, the referees are not calling anything, and the NBA doesn't fine him. And so he's figured out this, the only thing he hasn't figured out is how to get player of the month. But even that's been great because then he goes out there and takes it out on the opposing team.
Yeah. And he also credits NBC Sports Boston, a.k.a. Max, who wrote the graphic, being like, it's okay, JB, you're our Eastern Conference
player of
the
hearts.
month. Like, in our hearts, yeah. And I'm glad he shouldn't get fined because he's speaking maybe the slash, I mean, sure. But he's speaking truth to what he's saying. And I also think, I don't know, Chris, if there's something about this game. He got a lot of calls tonight. Whistles.
From the first play.
I know. So I am starting to wonder, and I know Scal was asked this. I think Drew asked him, like, do officials listen to that? And I bet they know the conversations. They're involved. Like, whether they hear it from their friends or just the NBA in general. But, like, you do have to reevaluate, okay, is this guy getting hit? You had the count. How many times has he
So the other night he drove 31 times. He got one whistle.
Say that again because I talked over you.
Oh, no, that's okay. So he drove 31 times. He got one whistle, which means 3.2% of his drives he got a call on. An incredibly low number. For the season, he averages about 9% of drives end in fouls. It's not a huge difference. We're talking like he probably should have got 3 calls instead of 1. But it matters in a game that was 4 points, and it matters in a game where the Celtics had maddening lulls, and that could have squashed some of them, and maybe they played differently in those moments. I went back and watched the tape because Abby came on the pod afterward, was like real riled up about it, and I was like, we don't do this. Like I don't do like the official stuff. And then I went back and watched it. I was like, oh, she kind of had a point.
Go, Ab.
So sorry, Abby.
I felt her passion.
You're right. Yeah.
I listened to it.
I was like, I can understand why Jaylen was upset. There was like multiple instances where he either got knocked down or dislodged. And like one point he gets hit in the first quarter. He's on the ground. He's looking at the ref like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And I really like that ref, that Southern ref. So, the next time, hopefully he gets some more calls. But, yeah, certainly, like, word must have got to the other officials. I do got to say, while we're on the subject of officials, the worst story of the year. Did you see what happened tonight?
I did.
Bill Kennedy carted off.
I know.
Just as
I think he was crying, dude. Did you see him at his hands?
No.
And I know my heart.
When he started hobbling and it's a non-contact, you do think the worst. So, I hope it's just something.
The league needs him.
I know.
No, he needs a quick return.
Can we just put him in like the replay center and have him announce all calls?
You can sit there, please. I hope.
They just something happens on the court and they're like, all right, let's go to where I know we always say Secaucus, but they're like probably just in New York now, and just have Bill Kennedy be like, after review,
I know. Oh,
the
my
challenge
heart
is unsuccessful, and it would make everyone's day because they're like, the more Bill Kennedy we can get. So speedy recovery.
Yeah, he had his hands in his head. Like,
someone had just there's a clip floating around social media that someone made like a supercut of all Bill Kennedy's best moments.
Stop! Did they really?
It's awesome.
I
There's one where like the lady walks in front of him as he's doing the announcement, and he gives her the best stare ever. There's the unsuccessful from the Celtic game. And there's one where he does like a blocking foul or something, but he does like a real hard pelvic thrust. And they like slow it down. There's like graphics around. It is.
He's the best.
Elite work. This is why, as I ponder my journalistic mortality, because as the older you get, I used to like laugh because I'd be doing like tweeting or something, something so simple, and I'd be like, these dinosaur old journalists don't know like all this technology stuff, and now these kids with their cap cut and their edits.
Oh yeah.
I'm like.
You're like, okay, they did something.
Man, I tried. I over Christmas break, I'm like grabbing my kids. I'm like, hey, you got to teach Dad what to do here, and they're like, yeah, you're hopeless.
No, it's
stick on.
It's hard.
They're like, stay on X, you dinosaur.
It's
like, okay.
It's hard. Even I learned TikTok was my last straw. That's like. I didn't learn it, and now I learned it, but I'm not like I'm not the pros pro.
These people who put these together, and the amount when I see someone's like edit timeline and like the different layers and the animation, I'm like, all right, I'm not.
But for these moments, like when they can create something like the Bill Kennedy clip, ouch.
That fucking hurt. And now Kayla's on the DL with a microphone injury. Even our own in-house people who put together these podcasts, like we have the luxury of we finish this thing up. Kayla and Tom Giles have seen me start my car from the podcast studio because I'm like, in 10 minutes we're out of here. Yeah. But yeah, like it's I marvel at what they do and the effort that goes into it, and to make it look good and to all that. Having a vehicle you can rely on, that's important. That's why you can rely on 24 Auto Group. They will treat you like family. And that's because they are family owned and operated. They're honest, easy to work with, and they just get it. Whether you're looking for something sporty, something luxurious, or just a solid everyday ride, 24 Auto Group always comes through. With 9 brands and 11 locations across New England, there's something for everyone. And here's the best part. They've got the knack to save you more on a new or pre-owned vehicle, and the knack to pay you more for your trade, up to $2,400 over book value. You can even drive home with just $24 down. So if you want the best deal without the runaround, go see my guys at 24 Auto Group, because you always get more at 24. Online at 24autogroup.com. I guess I should bring it back to basketball briefly. We've done a good job kind of hitting all the points for tonight. If I was going to throw one more out there, Simon says, keep talking about Anfernee. So I was as hard on Anfernee Simons as anybody from the time he arrived. I was always worried that his defensive limitations would diminish what he can do offensively, would be tough to mask. He makes a lot of money. I think we all knew the situation, that regardless of how the season played out, there was a good chance they were going to think about moving him. I do think he has made the conversation a lot more nuanced than I had ever imagined. So I threw out this number on Celtics Post Up, but last 10 games, best defensive field goal percentage on the Celtics roster, which is like staggering on its own. Now, part of it is, if you dig a little deeper, I think he ranks like 489th out of 507 players in terms of matchup difficulty. But that is a good coach saying, okay, Anfernee, when you're in the game, we're going to put you on like someone who's just a streaky corner shooter or whatever. And, you know, like teams are going to try to put him in the matchup. And so you can't hide him like forever. But even when he gets put into actions, he's now fighting over screens. He is staying attached to cutters. He is trying to get in passing lanes and use his speed and athleticism to create havoc. And all I've ever said is, especially with people that have such offensive talent, all you ask for on the defensive side is to try. And Anfernee Simons is doing that.
I'm glad that you brought up those numbers, because you wouldn't see it. If you do see it, Coach. Okay, Mazzulla sees it, the coaches see it, Brad, Steve, all those guys see it.
And you do. You have to, like, stop the tape and go back and watch, because some of it's off ball. But, like, just staying attached to a defender on a back cut is, like, such a valuable skill. And
I said this in the postgame, he's not, like, the loudest guy. Yeah. He's actually pretty quiet. Like,
really quiet.
He's opposite of loud. He's very, very quiet. And his game isn't quiet. Like, he'll get up and, you know, he can go on a hot streak. He had 27 and a half the other night. So he can do those things, and he's always been able to do that. But the small kind of subtle things that are so valued, I'm so glad that you brought up those numbers, because that's why the Celtics are so good right now. You have Jaylen Brown who's popping off every single night, but he needs more. And those guys are stepping up. And Anfernee Simons has done that. He really has, on a consistent basis at this point. Coming off the bench, accepting his role, buying into it, and being that spark that they need.
It's now time for my favorite segment. It's called Chris Gushes About Hugo Gonzalez for 2 to 4 minutes.
Yes.
So
flow.
Space the floor. Hugo was the first sub off the bench tonight. He came in for Peyton Pritchard early in this game. Shout out Joe Mazzulla. We have yearned for more Hugo time all season, but especially to be the first guy on the court. Clearly, you're a brilliant mind. What I love, I gave you this number on Post-Up as well. When Hugo's on the court the last 10 games, Celtics' offensive rebound rate is like, it's not historic, but it's ridiculous. To a level like, I think it's 48% of their misses while Hugo's on the court, they're rebounding. So think about that. 1 out of every 2 misses, they're now rebounding. In part because Hugo will be in the corner, come flying out like a maniac, and even if he doesn't get the ball, he causes like a 5-car pileup.
That's so true.
And someone on the Celtics gets the ball. And so whether he's throwing himself into the mosh pit or just making good things happen. And then tonight, he had 2 different instances where he caught the ball, put it on the floor. Like, Hugo's been a ball mover more than I'm going to attack the basket. And twice he went up, kind of like baby Euro, right hand, left hand off the glass and in. It was almost like a carbon copy the second time. And I was like, ooh.
Your eyebrows went up.
Ooh.
Not as much as Hugo's, but
I do not have beautiful eyebrows like him, but they went skyward. And I mean, every day we're seeing just a little bit more of the toolbox here, like the Hugo bag. I don't know what bag is in Spanish, but he whatever it is, he is in it, and I'm here for it. So I'm excited. I haven't told you this, and I have not asked around the studio. Did I tell you that a flag from Spain just showed up in my house?
No.
I think we joked about it on the podcast.
It was me and you on the pod about waving I'm going to go wave my Hugo flag around.
So
that's awesome.
Probably like a couple days after Christmas.
Stop. That's amazing.
And it was so funny because it was addressed to me, but like all of our Amazon stuff comes from there. And so I think someone had sent it from Amazon. So my wife opened the package and she's like, it's a flag. and I'm like, more information. I don't remember ordering a flag. And so then the kids went over, and it was so funny with what my daughter had one of her friends over, this is the most like.
So you still didn't know, like
I had no idea. I haven't gone over and looked at it. We were playing cards at the table, so she's like explaining it to me from the kitchen, and so I see my kids go over to now investigate, and their friends and I see them scrolling, and I'm going, "What are you doing?" They're like, "We're looking for what flag it is." They were going through the emojis on the iPhone, trying to match it up, and they're like, "Oh,
is it this one? Is it the
it's the Spain flag?" And I said, "Oh, I know what that's about."
Oh, that's amazing.
And so I haven't asked around. I've been waiting to use it on TV so that I can then say to the person, "Thank you." I assume it's someone here because they got my address.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I mean,
I was wondering, they didn't send it to the
the
studio.
Google box will probably tell you if you really look, but like,
did it say it? Wait, did they say it?
No note, no nothing. At least as far as I could tell. We did I ever tell you the story about the postcard that showed up where the lady like pretty much threatened my life because I talk about Rob Williams too much? That one.
To your house?
That one, my wife almost went to the police. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a line. There's a line.
That was unnerving. But
they sent it to your house?
They really did, yeah. Again, like if you Google enough, you can find
yeah, but like, why are you Googling enough?
Please
why?
Don't. If you want to send something, send it to the studio. I'll see you here.
It's not that deep.
Come see us at the Garden. I'm happy to.
Yeah, the flag. I'll take the flag. That's good spirits.
No. I want the flags. Like I'm excited.
Yeah,
I assume it's Max or one of our producers.
That's
Mark
awesome.
might have done. I like whoever did it. Shout out, thank you. I cannot wait to wave this thing on TV. I just been waiting for like the real Hugo game, and I really thought early tonight this was the Hugo game.
You know what I need to get?
That was like a 7-minute Hugo rant, by the way.
Yeah, but you deserved it. You knew it was going to go over too.
I needed it.
You know what I need to get you now that I just keep thinking of you and Hugo? We need to get you eyebrows that are like the direct correlation to Hugo's, and we need to put like on Hugo nights.
Two caterpillars
I'm
above.
so serious. I'm gonna. Send him eyebrows, caterpillar eyebrows. Ugo only. Get the shape, get the touch. He's got like a little.
All right, look, my family was unnerved by a flag. If fake eyebrows start showing up at the house,
I don't even know where you get those.
I would be fascinated. I am very fortunate to be able to grow a good head of hair, but
you had the beard.
The eyebrows, I don't know, like not in genealogy.
You had the beard. Now I don't know if you can grow eyebrows.
Yeah, I grew a mustache, obviously, like that was the whole thing, but it took a while. I don't know. Whenever I go through puberty, it'll be great.
Okay.
So hopefully
we'll wave the flag soon. Hopefully.
Let's end on this because we have another game in like 20 hours. Celtics have a game-changing big man to deal with tomorrow night. So how do they defend Luke Kornet?
And Wemby. How do they do both? Right.
That's the joke.
Oh. Dude, I'm like, it's 11:20.
I know. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, no, now that I think about it, though, Chris,
I mean,
at first,
Luke Kornet really did change the game, too.
You're right.
No one was doing Luke Kornet contest.
You teased it in the postgame.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
the most intriguing big man. And I'm like, that's not me. Luke Kornet. But how do they defend both of those guys at the same time?
Oh, my God. Like,
that's my question. That's why I said both.
If they go French vanilla, and I will be fascinated. Like, how do the Celtics match up in that instance?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know.
Nini's going to have to play big.
I assume like
Big.
your plan A is probably Nimi just gives up some height and you try your best. I think plan B is like
running on
Hugo or Walsh and just like
fly
chaos factor.
Yeah.
Like let Wemby just be like, wait, why is this guy
I
going
could see
at
that.
me?
I could see
Jaylen saying, hey, give me a handful of turns just to see. Like that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So I'm really, I think the question is if they do go double big for stretches, which I don't know how much they're doing that. Again, Wemby's been hurt, and they've been, when he first came back, he was coming off the bench. I'll check the numbers. Celtics would be really stressed if they'd probably stay small in that instance and try to win like a pace game. But Luke knows their strengths.
Yeah, it's the problem.
Yeah,
Luke is gonna. Are we gonna see this tomorrow? I gotta run because I have to go to the.
It would be great if Luke hit that as Garza was doing it up the other side of the court.
The segments we'd have.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm excited. There will be a Luke tribute. I'm assuming here, but it's gonna be a fun night. I almost wish this was the game we were at.
I know.
If we got in Jokic, I wouldn't say that, but we didn't get Jokic and we got a loss. So now I'm being greedy, and I wish we were thinking about it. But there's a Bruins game before tomorrow, and it complicates matters for all involved.
Boo! Only because Luke Kornet is back, and that's the only reason.
So I'm protecting the Bruins.
Yeah. Come on, this is a special game.
But all right, well, let's be ready. I can't wait to watch this game. I can't wait to see what happens for the Celtics. I don't know if it's you or Giles tomorrow, but
I think it's Giles. I have 30 seconds.
Oh my God! I forgot you had time. Go!
Bye,
Everyone,
guys.
like, subscribe, check us out on the YouTube page. We'll change you next time on the Celtics Podcast.